We're taking a deep dive into an expert analysis provided by retired FBI agent Linda Ray. With over 25 years of experience in law enforcement, 23 of those as a special agent and 7 as a licensed private investigator, Linda has spent decades uncovering the truth behind complex cases. Her expertise in investigative techniques, criminal behavior, and case analysis makes her insights particularly valuable in examining sensitive allegations like the ones we're discussing today. Recently, Linda shared her professional perspective on the allegations brought forward by Jonathan and Susie Lamb. According to their claims, the late Marcus and Joni Lamb were involved in covering up serious misconduct involving their daughter and a close family member, referred to as Pete. These allegations have sparked intense discussions, raising questions about accountability, transparency, and justice. Linda posted her breakdown of the situation on her social media platform, offering her take on the details and implications. In this video, we'll go over Linda's insights, break down her key points, and analyze what this means in the broader context. Let's explore what Linda had to say. I've taken a few days off of X while getting some work done musing about how ridiculous the Daystar team news that they were informed that the CSA investigation was closed because there was no merit. I'm not even going to respond to them anymore because it is so ridiculous. So I decided to write some thoughts down as to why I see that the credibility is on the side of Jonathan and Susie. I don't come to this conclusion as an armchair quarterback. I came to it with 25 years with the FBI. 23, having been a special agent, and approximately 7 years as a licensed private investigator, I have quite a bit of experience in ferreting out falsehoods and misdirection. Here are some things to consider when evaluating the validity information of witness statements obtained in the course of an investigation. Was it provided by someone who had direct knowledge of the matter? Were they physically present or in a position to observe or overhear? Were they directly involved? Is it corroborated by other data, such as other witnesses with direct knowledge, recorded conversations, texts, phone calls, messages, social media postings, documents, videos, or photographs? Has the witness been consistent with the details of the matter? It is reasonable for a witness to recall additional details after the initial interview. Is the source a subject expert on the matter at hand? Are they of good repute? Is the information provided plausible? Does the person providing the information have an agenda? Second-hand information is referred to as hearsay and is not admissible in court, but can be helpful in identifying other witnesses. Also, CSA investigations. While they are numerous, they are unique. They require skills and tactics that aren't usually necessary in typical criminal investigations. Here are some examples that make me tend towards the veracity of Jonathan and Susie Lamb's testimony. 1. Their story has been consistent throughout the years. 2. Their version of what the daughter told them had happened to her, and their description of the change in her personality and fearful reactions to a certain family member subsequent to the alleged incident has remained consistent. 2 reliable witnesses, which includes a licensed professional counselor who also holds certification in forensic counseling, concur that the daughter was displaying trauma reactions consistent with CSA 3. The initial trip to the school with Joni to talk to the teachers and investigate if the abuser was related to the school does not take away from the veracity of the child's complaint because Susie unwittingly asked leading questions regarding where her daughter originally disclosed the abuse happened. 4. Their dropping of the CSA matter with the family was based upon false information provided to them via Marcus Lamb, who had been told by Rachel Lamb that Debbie Leonhardt, the licensed professional counselor with certification and forensic counseling, had cleared Pete of any involvement in the CSA. That this was false is attested to by 2 reliable witnesses, not related to the family. 5. Their versions of what transpired in the Daystar board meetings are corroborated by the legal clandestine audio recordings of the meeting. While other attendees denied what was clearly recorded on the Daystar side, my observations are that their narrative relies on hearsay information and opinion, clearly debunked information and information that has no corroboration outside of their tight circle. Another thing that for me tends toward impeaching Joni's version is her consistent deflection of the topic at hand by accusing Jonathan of wanting to depose her and take over Daystar. This was observed throughout the recorded audio. This is a typical DAVO ploy. While most definitions of DER only use deny as the first letter in the acronym, it also can be deflect, where the offender never answers the question at hand and changes the subject to something that suits them and attacks the person posing the question. This article is aimed primarily at essay situations, but it's a tactic that is very common among the general criminal population. As I used to tell the trainee agents I had been assigned to oversee, the goal of a criminal investigation is not just to put someone in prison. The foremost goal is to find out what is true and then put the perpetrator in prison, and that person might not be the one originally suspected. In closing, the Colleyville PD has confirmed that the CSA investigation is still open. The Texas Penal Code sets the statute of limitations in the case of CSA as 20 years starting at the date the minor reach 18 years of age. That means that this case can remain active for another 29 years if need be. Also, in the case where the abuser has not been identified, there is no statute of limitations. The one thing that is beyond question in this investigation is that Baby Lamb was the victim of CSA. Keep praying for justice for Baby Lamb. Seek truth, no matter where it leads. With her extensive background in uncovering deception, evaluating witness statements, and analyzing complex cases, Linda brings a seasoned perspective to this controversial situation. In her public statement, Linda directly challenges the Daystar team's claim that the CSA investigation was closed due to a lack of merit. She describes this assertion as misleading and states that her focus is not on refuting misinformation, but on explaining why she finds Jonathan and Susie's account credible. Drawing from decades of experience in identifying falsehoods and manipulation, she systematically lays out her reasoning and the factors she considers crucial when assessing the validity of witness statements. According to Linda's analysis, several key points strongly support Jonathan and Susie's claims. 1. Consistency. One of the strongest indicators of credibility is consistency over time. Linda notes that Jonathan and Susie's story has remained remarkably unchanged over the years, from their daughter's initial disclosure to the details they have shared regarding the lasting impact of the abuse. Cases involving fabricated allegations often reveal inconsistencies as details shift or evolve, but in this situation, the core of their claims has remained intact. 2. Corroboration. Linda emphasizes the importance of corroborating evidence when assessing allegations. In this case, a licensed professional counselor with forensic expertise has confirmed that the child exhibited trauma responses consistent with CSA. Additionally, another reliable witness provided testimony aligning with these findings, further reinforcing the credibility of the allegations. 3. Initial missteps do not invalidate the case. Some have pointed out that Susie Lamb initially asked leading questions when the allegations first surfaced. However, Linda explains that while leading questions can be problematic, they do not automatically discredit a child's disclosure, especially in cases involving trauma. Children often struggle to articulate their experiences, and while the ideal scenario is a neutral forensic interview, missteps by caregivers do not invalidate genuine claims of abuse. 4. The role of false information. Linda highlights how false information reportedly influenced the handling of the case within the Lamb family. According to her review, Marcus Lamb was allegedly misled by Rachel Lamb, who provided information that ultimately led the family to drop the CSA matter. 2 independent witnesses have confirmed the existence of this falsehood, which played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding the case. 5. Legal evidence supports Jonathan and Susie's account. Beyond personal testimony, Linda points to legal evidence that supports Jonathan and Susie's claims. Audio recordings from Daystar board meetings reportedly back up their version of events, even though other attendees have publicly denied this. Linda emphasizes that in investigative work, documented evidence carries significant weight, and in this case, the available recordings align with the allegations. In addition to analyzing the allegations, Linda also raises concerns about the way Joni Lamb has responded to them. According to Linda, Joni has repeatedly deflected attention away from the accusations by claiming that Jonathan Lamb is merely trying to take over Daystar. Linda explains that this behavior aligns with a well-documented psychological strategy known as DARVO, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. This tactic is frequently observed in cases involving allegations of abuse, where the accused party attempts to shift blame, discredit the accuser, and portray themselves as the true victim. While DARVO is most commonly associated with cases of sexual assault, Linda notes that it is also frequently seen in broader criminal investigations, particularly when individuals in positions of power are confronted with serious allegations. One of the most significant revelations in Linda's analysis is that, despite public claims that the case has been closed, the Colleyville Police Department has confirmed that the CSA case remains open. Under Texas law, the statute of limitations for CSA cases extends 20 years after the victim turns 18. This means that the case could remain active for nearly 3 more decades, depending on when the initial allegations were made. Additionally, Linda explains that in cases where the perpetrator has not been officially identified, there is no statute of limitations at all, meaning the case could be pursued indefinitely. This directly contradicts the narrative that the case has been dismissed due to a lack of merit. Instead, the legal reality suggests that the investigation remains ongoing and could continue for years to come. Linda concludes her analysis with a powerful reminder. The goal of any criminal investigation is not simply to assign blame or seek punishment, it is to uncover the truth. She stresses that, regardless of public statements or conflicting narratives, one fact remains indisputable: a child disclosed abuse, and that allegation deserves to be taken seriously. The pursuit of justice must continue. This case continues to raise serious questions about accountability, transparency, and the responsibility of those in leadership positions. As more information comes to light, it is crucial that we remain vigilant, seek truth, and stand for justice. If you found this breakdown insightful, please consider liking this video, sharing it with others who are following this case, and leaving a comment below to add your thoughts to the conversation. Until next time, stay informed, stay strong, and keep seeking the truth.